Hi everybody, it's Serendipity. So I bought a new car gadget to record videos in my car, so we'll see how this goes. Anyway, I wanted to share a story with you about an experience I had. I'm very much passionate about living within your means. There are so many people that are just devastated with debt that they can't even function, and the stress is so great. Marriages fail, your health fails, your kids, you're not even paying attention to what they're doing. I mean, serious debt is a killer. And so I'm very passionate about being careful and saving money and thinking frugally and simplistically and preparing for your future. Because when you prepare for your future, you're buying yourself a certain level of security, and you're also putting yourself in a position where you might actually be able to help someone else in your family who is not doing so well. So, all in all, that's what I think about. So, the story I want to share with you is that I had this terrible experience one time. I invested some money, and it's kind of a crazy story. First, my parents invested money. They belonged to this car club, and one of the guys in there was like a mortgage loan broker, and he appeared to have a lot of money and all these fancy cars and a real talker. And he was a friend of my parents, and he said, "Hey, we got this thing going on where I could sell you some promissory notes on some mortgages, and you can earn 12% return on those. I mean, you can buy 3, 4, whatever you want, promissory notes, and get a 12% return. And then after so many years, he does something with them, and then you no longer have it or whatever." So my parents are like, "Oh, wow," they trusted this guy. He was a friend. And they knew his friends. So they had no reason to not trust him. So they invested $60,000 and lost it all. But in the process of them doing this, I wanted in on the action. So I invested $10,000. And then my son, he invested $30,000. And talk about the biggest mistake. I mean, this guy, he was paying some of his people 12% return or a little less. But you know what he was doing? He was taking money. This thing got so big, he was taking money from new investors saying he's selling them a promissory note. And then he would take that money and pay himself and pay some of his earlier investors. And the whole plan was just to keep this ball rolling. So if he brought on new investors that were after me, maybe eventually I would start getting paid. But that wasn't something I knew was happening. But I came to find out that is what was happening. So when I found this out, I really I started researching it. I started requesting documents. I went to the county and looked up these so-called promissory notes that he wouldn't give me. Turns out I didn't have any promissory notes. I didn't have a second on anything. And so I gathered up all my stuff and I filed a small claims court case for $10,000, and I won. But what was bizarre is after you win a case, then you have to file another separate case to go after them for the money, to file liens and all this other stuff. And what I found out was he had all of his money wrapped up in a trust, and I couldn't touch it. There was nothing I could do. Nothing. So I lost my $10,000. My parents lost theirs, and my son lost his. And what we all wouldn't do to have that money back now, because man, the economy is just not doing so great, and it'd be nice to have that money now, but I don't. So anywho, so whenever you get involved in something like that, you got to really research it to death. Get all your questions answered. Make sure it's legitimate before you sign on to do anything. And if it sounds too good to be true, chances are it's too good to be true. So anyway, I just wanted to share that story with you today, and I hope you never get wrapped up in something like that. So anyway, that's all I have for today. So I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye now.